Hey guys, David here with another review, and this time I'll be talking about Portal, Valve's critically acclaimed puzzle game that is going to be one of those games that and its sequel that's going to define this generation. And if you guys don't know what Portal is, think of it this way. It's like the best virtual video game version of a Rubik's Cube that you can have on your PC. There's no story, there's no characters with the exception of a particular female voice that is taunting you each and every single time you either enter a new puzzle or you solve it. And it's just you trying to solve these different puzzles throughout these various rooms in this thing called the test chamber. However, the reason why this game is called Portal is because you acquire a portal gun, which allows you to create portals within the walls, within certain areas of these chambers. And you have to use these portals to solve the puzzles. And like I said, there's no story, there's no character, with the exception of the voice saying things that kind of foreshadow a particular, something that's going on behind the scenes, as well as some visual gags or cues that you could see throughout the rooms that you go, oh wow, this is what's going on. But at its core, it's nothing more than just a simple puzzle game. Now, I gotta be honest, I thoroughly I loved it. Enjoying it is actually putting it mildly. This is one of those games that is ultimately cerebral. It's more than just puzzles. It's the kind of game that you get stumped at a particular level or a certain puzzle, you put it down, you turn it off, you go away for a second, but you're continuously thinking about it. There were moments where I'm not kidding you. I'm absolutely not kidding when I say this. There was a point where I was stuck on a puzzle and I turned it off. I went to bed. The next morning I literally had an epiphany and I actually said, Eureka! I was like, okay, now I know what to do. I know how to figure out this puzzle. I went back to the game, I solved the puzzle, I moved on, and I felt so accomplished. This game is beyond rewarding when it comes to solving the puzzles, because they're so complex. At least they become complex as they go on, because the first puzzle is literally taking a cube and putting it down on a switch, and boom, that's it. But as the game goes on, the puzzles get more challenging and very cerebral. That is the key word, because they're more than just puzzles. They actually mess with your head when you're not playing the game. And what messes more with your head is this fucking annoying and narcissistic yet really witty voice that is taunting you each and every single time you either enter a new puzzle or you complete it. And it just messes with you. And of course, we know who the voice is, and obviously there's a sequel that kind of expands upon this, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm reviewing this from the point of view of this game just barely coming out and me playing this game for the first time. So bear with me, because obviously there are some details out there that gamers know where this game takes place. They know who the voice is, but I'm not going to get into too much detail, at least until I play Portal 2. Now, this game came out some while back, so the graphics are not revolutionary by far. The sound, all the presentation values are adequate, but where this game is not only trying to succeed and in fact does succeed is making, it's messing with your head, but at the exact same time making you feel smarter and actually making you think beyond the box in order to solve these puzzles. And there were certain moments where I felt like I wasn't playing a game anymore, and I was actually trying to figure out a puzzle that will hopefully reward me in the long run in life. When I was putting it away, I'm just like, okay, how do I beat this puzzle? I mean, if I do this, maybe I can do that. No, that's not gonna work. I felt like Sheldon Cooper, the Sheldon Cooper of video games. And even though it doesn't expand upon the genre of it being a puzzle game, there's certain moments where you feel like a badass after beating certain puzzles and the way you beat these puzzles. Sometimes the portals that you make require you to reach a certain level of aerodynamicy in order to be able to reach a certain platform. There are some platforming elements in this game, and when you get it right, because I can guarantee you, around halfway through the game, you will not succeed the first time. You will fail, you will fail, you will fail, until eventually you get it right. And when you do, not only is it rewarding to know that you beat the puzzle, but also the way it happens makes you go, whoa! On that note, this game is a first-person game, and there are certain moments where there are some vertigo-inducing moments. So if you're prone to that, sort of motion sickness, then I highly recommend not playing Portal, or Portal 2 for that matter. But the puzzles are ingenious, they're cool, they're rewarding, and this game has a high level of, I don't want to say charm, but wit. So much wit, and I mean, it's like the Tony Stark of puzzle games, in which they're kind of a bit of a douche, at least whether it be the challenge level of these puzzles or the narcissistic and sarcastic tone of that stupid female voice. When I say stupid, I mean that out of spite. I don't actually mean that she's stupid, because what she says at you makes you go, Moving on. But the dialogue that comes out of her is so rapid, witty that you just can't help but fall for it. And just, this game is very simplistic in its nature, and it just makes it just all the more awesome because it only focuses on the prime goal that this game is setting itself for, and that is being an ingenious puzzle game. And it is. I give Portal a 9.1 out of 10, which is an A-. It's almost so good that I almost don't even want to play it again because the experience that I had with it was just that, cerebral. But it's definitely not going to keep me from playing Portal 2. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Follow me on Twitter, and see you guys next time.